everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3 Adults. Last week's theme was the beach, and so one of the activities I had the children do was stamping some designs on fish-shaped paper. So first let me show you, these empty thread spools were given to us many years ago. And I do remember when we first got them thinking, what are we going to do with all of these? And we had fun sorting them by size, and we've really had fun stacking them and using them in our block area as loose parts. We've used them in our water table. We've used them in our sand table. But one of my favorite ways has been using them with paint. So what I did was I had enough so that each child got one spool, and then I just got some tempera paint and I put it into a tray, and then each child got to stamp. And what I actually did was I put a couple of different colors in each one so that they would kind of mix. I like doing that so they can see the colors mixing as they're working. But all they do is they just take it and they press the spool into the paint, and then they stamp on paper. And I just absolutely love that design. However, it doesn't always end up looking like this. It can be also slid across like this, which is what we get too. But they're so much fun to hold and to use. And what I did was I created a fish template, and I will put the link in the description for you. And I used that, I printed out one, and then I got different colors of construction paper, and I cut the fish out using the template. And then I let the children choose what color fish they wanted, and then they got to stamp them with the spools. Some of them you can see that you can actually see the spool shape, and other ones, as I said before, they liked sliding it back and forth. That's okay, it's the fun. And by the way, this is a fun process art activity without cutting papers into any shape. You can just take a plain piece of paper and they will have the same fun experience of just stamping the spool of paint all over. So you don't have to take this step if you don't want to. If you're just looking for a fun process art activity, just do it on a plain piece of paper. When these were dry, I then mounted them onto a solid piece of paper, and then we glued a little button, a bright colored button for the eye. So you can kind of see here how the different ones looked. And it did kind of go from a process art activity to looking more like a craft. These will look fun hanging on the wall and to take home. Just to kind of give you an idea, you can see some of the shape here, then slide. And then you can see a lot of the circle design on this one. This one had a little bit of both. This one was done by a child who really wasn't into it. And we have this one here. Each one's a little different. So, a little fun activity. This is a great activity for toddlers too, because they can easily hold onto the spool and stamp. And it's fun for preschoolers as well. Thanks for watching.
Leave it up. I gotta get your name done, buddy. You gotta wait.
You made an eye.